Hey guys, TerraCotta here. Today we are going to be talking about negative painting and positive painting and basically how they are different. I think I first need to define what is negative painting, so I'm going to do that with a really simple example. And then I'm going to show you two more examples of a little bit more advanced techniques of using negative painting, because when we are painting, if you have a blend of the negative and the positive painting, your painting will be much more exciting. Okay, so let's look at this first example. Right now, I am painting a butterfly. But because I'm painting the butterfly, the four wings, and I'm using a different color for the body and the antennas, I am actually painting the figure. This is positive painting. I'm actually painting the figure. However, if I were to study the shape and it has four wings and I'm painting around the shape, this is negative painting. By painting around the shape, I am creating the shape, and that negative space is the shape that we are painting. Now I can add positive painting for the body and the antennas later, and that is how we start combining the negative and the positive to make a more harmonious picture. Okay, so let's go to a little bit more advanced technique, and this is painting feathers. And again, on the right side, you can see that I am painting negatively. And I have painted around a long feather and added that little stripe in the middle, and that's a technique of positive painting inside of the negative painting to make it more well-rounded. And then on the left side, I'm going to be painting the alter image of a negative, and that's going to be a positive painted feather. And this is a peacock feather. You can see that I'm adding details. As the layers dry, I will intensify some of those colors. And then in a moment, I'm going to come by and add a second layer to the negative painting. And that second layer is really going to hype some of the contrast and make our feather really pop. And you can see by having the positive and the negative in a piece of artwork, you are actually creating a much more beautiful, well-rounded piece of art. Okay, so now let's go to an even more advanced style of using the positive and the negative, and that is going to be painting three horses or ponies. And in painting these three ponies, from the first layer of the watercolor, I am blocking in with negative painting where those three horses are going to be. And in this negative painting, you can see that I'm outlining the shape of the horse beside it with the further color. So I'm using that pinkish to outline the yellow horse and the yellow to outline the closest horse. So basically, you can think of this as the pinkish is the positive painting, but in considering that it is outlining the yellow horse's outline, it is negative painting according to that yellow horse. So throughout this painting, I want you to really carefully analyze how I am using the positive and the negative painting. So let me give you some hints. The negative painting is going to be along the jaws a lot of times. It will be around the eyes. It'll be around that diamond shape on the forehead of two horses. Around the nostrils. And there's going to be quite a bit of negative painting in the mane. So when you see me negative painting in the mane, usually that is going to be in the first and the second layer. It's a little bit hard to maintain negative painting there. So on the top layers, I'm going to do a lot of positive painting but the positive painting will still have elements of negative painting underneath, and that will create a lot of interest in the painting. So right now, enjoy the painting, and I'll see you at the end. And I hope you thoroughly enjoyed this combination of negative and positive painting, and that is something you'd like to give a go. Also guys, I recently did a sandpiper painting following a lot of the same principles and techniques. If it's something that you're interested, I'll have it linked below. And if not, guys, I'll see you again next week.